Good morning, Collective. It's Ali here once again from Star.Spirit with today's daily message from the universe for Tuesday, September the 6th, 2022. So just as a reminder before we dive into the reading here, even though I verbalize the date that this reading is for, all my readings are essentially timeless, okay? So think of it this way. While us as human beings, we live in on a 3D world having a 3D experience, but for the universe is all made of energy, okay, including us. So while our perception of time is linear with past, present, and future, time is really an illusion, okay? So think of it as this message will find you if it's meant for you and when you're ready to hear it, okay? So let's dive right in here. Spirit, what do you have in terms of messages for our wonderful collective today? And it's absolutely gorgeous outside. I know the last reading I said it was a little bit cold where I was, but today is sunny, it's beautiful, seems really warm, and it's very quiet as well in the neighborhood right now. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, we have Blue Moon, Believe in the Impossible. Wow, interesting. Blue Moon. I know we have a full moon coming up this week. Okay, I believe it's on the 10th here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at what this is about. And the new moon is all about a beginning of a cycle, right? A chance for us to kind of create our goals, wipe the slate clean, and be more in tune with our bodies and our spirits here. Believe in the impossible. Okay, Spirit, what is this all about here? Believe. Ooh, that was fast. Okay, we have a few that came out. Let's see. We have the Emperor. Ooh, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. The Devil. And the Nine of Swords. Oh, wow. Interesting that we have the Devil in between. Okay, let's see. What do we have at the bottom of the deck here? And we have the Four of Swords. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, as I've said in many other readings, I do look at the first card as well as the last card. What I'm getting here, especially with the Emperor and the Devil here. So, the Emperor is usually a more masculine energy, someone who's very ambitious, very driven, has a good head on their shoulders. They can be a little bit more cold in character, usually very choosy, I'll say, in terms of who they give their energy to and how much energy they give. So they don't necessarily wear their heart on their sleeves or are always speaking and sharing their opinions. Think of it as someone as an energy who speaks when they have something to say. Okay, and is quite quiet otherwise. Okay, very strong energy. Very interesting. Because beside the Eight of Swords and the Devil here, and the Nine of Swords actually all together, so you've been stuck in your thoughts a lot. Very much stuck in your thoughts, okay? So with the Eight of Swords, the imagery in this particular card for the Light Seers deck is very, very powerful, okay? So as you can see, there's a reflection here in the mirror, okay? And the character here, even though she sees in the reflection that she's all tied up, she can't see, she's unable to move, in reality, okay, in her 3D reality, that's not the case. So there may be something that is presented to you as an obstacle right now, okay? As an obstacle right now, and you're not seeing that you're actually not bound by this problem. That there is a solution either incoming or that has already been presented to you, but you're not quite seeing it. And that's because you're stuck in old thinking, okay? So the Devil, another major arcana with the Emperor here. The Devil is all about things like addictions, and not just addictions in terms of physical addictions, okay? So this could be addictions, especially with the amount of swords here in this reading, with your way of thinking, okay? So this could be, it definitely looks like you are again, stuck in your thinking, and you're stuck in a negative pattern of thinking, okay? And that's leading you from the Eight of Swords into deeper, darker thinking with the Nine of Swords, okay? In despair. But as you can see here, with the imagery here, because we have believe in the impossible, And then you see we have the 9 crows here. And again, swords represent our thoughts. And because the crows are black, they represent dark thoughts, okay? Negative thoughts, either about how we perceive the world, about ourselves. Definitely looks like there's a problem that we're facing here. And we're thinking that we're not either good enough or we don't have the skills to be able to find a solution to this problem or come out the other side of this problem. However, if you can see here, if the camera's picking it up, there is an outline of a bird here, one of the birds, and it's actually white. And that represents hope, okay? Because the 9 of Swords comes just before the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords is the ending of a cycle, a tough cycle of negative thoughts here. Okay, so it looks like, definitely looks like whatever you're going through here, and we'll get some clarity on that in a moment, but whatever you're going through here, you started off quite strong about the idea and quite confident, but now you're in your head a little bit, and it's only because you're used to doing that, okay? You're used to overthinking things in a negative way that doesn't play out for your best interest. And with the 4 of Swords here, 4 of Swords represents a time for rest, a much needed time for rest. Okay, as you can see, she's kind of, the character here is laying down and her heart is out of her chest. So it does indicate from the universe that whatever this is, it's actually really affecting your heart space as well as your mind. Okay, so it could definitely be something that's more romantic based or even about your self-confidence here. And the universe is telling you that you're almost at the end of this cycle here. Okay, with the 9 of Swords, you move on to the 10 of Swords, and the cycle is complete after that. But take some time to yourself with the 4 of Swords, because the 4 of Swords means time to rest and reflect, often an intentional period of isolation, okay? And when I say that, I mean that there may be some overwhelm in the situation that you're currently going through, and you're trying to continue your routine, continue kind of taking everything on your plate. But what you actually need to be able to face this is some rest here and relaxation and some introspection as well. Let's get some more clarity. Spirit, what is this particular issue about here? I see a lot of perceived problems. Oh, okay. Let's take a look. So bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Cups. And let's see what else we have in our cards here. So we have the 3 of Wands, the Wheel, the 2 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. Very, very interesting, actually. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like something to do with your growth and development here. Because when we have the 3 of Wands, so the 3 of Wands is all about our different passions. And the 3 of Wands is a feeling of that we're waiting for something to happen. Okay, we're definitely waiting for something to happen. But what can happen in this particular case, it seems like, especially with the Emperor, that you're really confident about something, but it hasn't necessarily come to fruition from the 5D to the 3D yet, and it's starting to trouble your mind. Okay, because what you were once very confident in, you're having doubts now. You're waiting for it, and when we wait for something, when we're focused on the lack of it, it ends up causing even more separation from the goals and things that we want, right? Yeah. And with the 8 of Swords and the Wheel here, so even though the Wheel can be a very positive card, it depends whether it turns like left or right, right? So it is an opportunity either way. But if you're stuck in your head here with the 8 of Swords, and you're focusing on all the problems, okay? All the things that you can't do, but only looking at what you can't do versus what you can do and what's in your control, this wheel can turn a negative way, and then you get stuck in a whole new cycle, but just with these negative thoughts here. Okay. And next we have the 2 of Wands, which is very interesting because we're kind of going, instead of going up in the cycle of Wands, we're going down here. So the Devil and the 2 of Wands, just like I said, the Devil indicates some sort of negative thinking pattern, something that you're very used to doing that's not necessarily good for you, okay? It could also signify that you're dealing with a Capricorn, or you are a Capricorn. So if you are, this message could be for you. So the Two of Wands, especially with the character not being blindfolded here, the Two of Wands is that symbolizes that there's a decision, either left, right, yes or no. So pick what you're passionate about, okay? You're no longer waiting. In this particular stage, you're no longer wanting to wait. Okay, you've made the decision and you just want it to kind of come in for you here, this opportunity. Okay, but again, you're in your head about it. So the universe is saying that even though your thoughts right now are very, very negative about the current situation, there is some ray of hope there, again, with the white bird. And it's going to be something that's more creative, okay? So while we work on self-love with the Ace of Swords here, with the Ace of Cups, pardon me, not the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, while we work on kind of putting this in between here, where we're putting more emphasis on taking care of ourselves, okay? And that could mean going for a walk, that could mean getting enough sleep, that could mean speaking to family and friends, connecting to others. Take it as it resonates, because everyone has a different way of taking care of themselves, right? So if you put this Ace of Cups in between the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, the universe is giving us a really, really clear message here that between our negative thinking and what we want to approach the situation with self-love and confidence, but true self-love. So taking some time to really treat ourselves and make sure that we are as much in a positive space as possible. We're in our heart space, and that love isn't just outwards towards other people and things and opportunities, but also reflects back towards ourselves, because it will bring in an opportunity, especially with the phases of the moon here. I did mention that we have the new moon coming up on September the 10th. So the Eight of Pentacles, all about creativity, okay, going through different phases, so starting at point A and getting all the way to Z, essentially here. But it's something. It does seem like it's something that's going to be quite creative, and it has to do with your growth here. You're wanting some sort of growth in your life. Very, very interesting. Wow, you guys. So let's get some final advice for this particular situation from the universe here. Spirit, what can you tell the wonderful collective? What is the final advice or the final outcome here of this particular situation? The collective definitely has a desire for something here. Yeah, something to work out. And again, it looks like it's very much to do with self-growth and wanting to even boost up your life. Okay, boost up your life spiritually, going through your shadow work here. But whatever goal you've set for yourself here, it looks like you're kind of swaying back and forth between doubt and confidence, okay? So keep that confidence. Keep that confidence. Keep as grounded as possible. Take a moment to yourself if you have a very busy schedule. If you can do it, take a moment to yourself, whether that's in the car, on lunch, even just before bed, your bedtime routine or your nighttime routine, rather. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, there we go. Exactly what I just said. Full moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality. Okay, so again, this problem that you're facing here. Okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and then underneath we have new moon. A new start is coming. So this could indicate that the answer that you're looking for will come in the next few days. Okay, but we do need to balance, like I said, balance spirituality and practicality. So rather than be all in these swords here and really be in your mind, we need to look at what we can control and what we can't control, and start taking the steps to clear this negative energy from our mind. Okay, so if there's something that you can do, which is a step towards clarity for the situation, or a step in the right direction towards your goal, let's start implementing those little steps as a collective. And again, it could mean taking some time out from family and friends, or even seeing family and friends, depending on what the situation is, but taking some time out to rest. Okay, not always working so hard that we kind of, we give ourselves, we imbalance our situation, right? Because sometimes when we have a goal, we're so focused on it, we're pinpoint focused on it, and nothing else matters for that period, but that's where we get burnout, right? Okay, so we do need to balance our me time, our spiritual time, and what we're doing to achieve this goal, okay? And if we're able to do that, guys, a new start is coming. Again, the new moon. Okay, so we are going through different cycles here with the moon phases this week. So definitely, definitely. Wow. Okay, so just remember, if there is something that you're working towards, while it is good to take the steps to that goal, don't necessarily let yourself become obsessed with it, okay? Don't let yourself become so obsessed with it that other things kind of go out the window, and it affects your mental well-being as well, okay? Try to find balance and remember that you are important, just like your goal is important. Alrighty. Wow. Very clear message from the universe. Thank you very much, Spirit. And thank you all for joining me today for today's daily reading and message from the universe. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.